Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Brody Benson here with Jaya Nelson. We're going to do another episode of kind of the rodeo segment showcasing the UNL Rodeo program. Jaya Nelson is from Bassett, Nebraska, out in the Sandhills. So am I, so it kind of fits with the whole sandbox media vibe. So Jaya, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks Brody, thanks for having me.
Awesome. So growing up in Bassett, Nebraska in the Sandhills, I feel like everybody's kind of involved in agriculture, but not a lot of people kind of take their role in rodeo. And so talk a little bit about how you kind of started rodeoing, as well as what kind of kept you interested to continue to rodeo up until the collegiate level.
Yeah, for sure. So I grew up on a ranch located about 40 miles south of Bassett. My family has a cow-calf operation there, and so I grew up with a rope in my hand, but never in the arena. It was crazy. We just roped and doctored calves, and that was kind of the deal. And then all of a sudden, I have an older sister. She's about 6 years older than me. She came to my grandpa one day and said, "I want a rodeo."
Yeah.
And it was this crazy new thing that we hadn't been a part of before, and we jumped in with both feet. And so I traveled to the high school rodeos with my sister, and all I did was rope. I had a rope in my hand everywhere I went when I was a kid. I just loved it so much. And so I was able to start rodeoing when I was a 7th grader. They had to let my sister graduate first, let her have some glory, and then I could start rodeoing. And so I kind of hit the ground running. And I think the best deal for me was I didn't come from a rodeo family, so we didn't know any better.
Yeah.
And all I did was rope like I was doctoring calves.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, so that just translated into junior high. I had a lot of success in junior high. All I did was rope. I call it rope each calf for what it's worth. So I didn't try to be fast, but I won 2 titles in junior high, and then moved into high school. Had some tough luck, but that's what keeps you going and keeps you craving
100%.
wanting more. So yep, won a state title my senior year, and just college rodeo made sense and kind of hit it from there.
Awesome. So being a junior high champion breakaway roper, as well as winning it in high school, as well as last year, or right, correct? Last year being the Great Plains region breakaway roping champion as well. What goes into being consistent throughout many years? People can have highs and peaks and then never really get back up. So talk about a little bit what it takes to just be consistent in the rodeo world, and especially in breakaway roping.
Yeah, breakaway roping's been such a fast-growing sport. I feel like there was people that breakaway roped when I was in junior high, but there's a lot of people that breakaway rope now. And so it's been so cool to be a part of that time of just seeing the sport take off and seeing all the opportunities that women are getting in rodeo right now. But yeah, I had so much success there in junior high, and I came into high school with a big head, like I'll admit it, and I got my butt kicked.
Yeah.
And so you would start roping against people that are older than you, more competition, and you started how to figure out how to get things to go a little faster. So my first 2 years of high school were tough. I had to do a lot of practicing, a lot of roping the dummy, and then I had that success, my senior year. And college has really been where I rodeoed a little bit my freshman year because I was a state FFA officer, so I couldn't go the whole time. And then my sophomore year, I needed to have bicep surgery. So I sat out my whole sophomore year, and I thought I was done. Honestly, I didn't think that I would get myself back to the place I was when I won that title. And it took a lot mentally to come back to it. Rodeo's a tough sport. It's not fun on some days, but it's really fun on others.
Yeah.
And so I'm in the angler program. Tom Fields, listening to him talk, and he talks a lot about it in his one-on-one class of like, you just have to chop wood every day. And so that's what I did, is I just roped the dummy or chopped wood every day. Like, I just had a rope in my hand and swung it and battled back to a point where I was healthy. And now, like, to come back and win the region on that, I think I owe it to roping the dummy every day. All the little things come together. Yeah, I have some great horses on my trailer, and that helps a lot, but we don't realize how much the small things matter.
Oh, 100%, 100%. And you're also one of the team captains, correct?
Yes.
And so kind of talk about leading as a team captain, leading this team. Not necessarily a new program, but maybe not a program that a ton of people maybe look at and considering. So kind of talk about the culture that you kind of want to implement within UNL Rodeo. When they hear UNL Rodeo, they're like, oh, that's a culture of working hard or being consistent. So kind of talk as a team captain what you want to implement into this rodeo program.
Yeah. I just want to start off by saying I'm so proud of this group that we have right now. We have some great freshman girls that have come in. Lindsay Lancaster, just lit it up in the fall in the goat tie, and she's so dedicated. And we got a transfer, Brady Krause, and she was doing well in the breakaway roping, team roping, goat tying, all across the board. It was just so crazy to see this group come in and have so much success. Savannah Jensen made some short rounds of the breakaway roping, and I've just been so proud at the way that this team has handled. We don't get to practice inside every day, so we battle weather, and just the way that they've handled adversity this year has been so awesome. Coach Wyatt Clark and I spent a lot of time this summer talking about what we wanted the tone for the year to be, and we have this new facility that we're working on that's going to be coming in, and so we talked a lot about laying the foundation for that. And so this year our big focus has been on foundation and building success. So without a strong foundation, we're not going to get anywhere. So building that foundation of, we show up to practice at 3 p.m. We rope the dummies. Hopefully in the future, when all of our horses are together, we feed horses together, we do things together, and we build this solid foundation of working hard. And that's what I want UNL Rodeo to be, a place where athletes are disciplined, where they come to work, and that's just, it's second nature, because that's just how strong we are together.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's super sweet. And so being the Great Plains region breakaway roping champion, talk about the experience of just qualifying for the CNFR, being there, what that meant, especially coming from small town Basset, Nebraska, and being able to not only represent your small town but also UNL Rodeo in that capacity.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was so sweet. We knew going into Lincoln that I had heard it, that I was leading the region, and it added some pressure, and I was a little all over the place that week. But just to see all the people that showed up, for not just me, but all of UNL Rodeo in general, to watch me win my title and to just be there and support was so amazing. I received so much support from that, and it was sweet to be able to represent UNL Rodeo, a smaller program, on a big stage like that. We drove out there, and my teammates traveled with me. They didn't make it, but Savannah Jensen, Cole Went, Jaden Fleshman, they all came out in support of me, and that was so sweet to have those guys be in the vehicle with me, just make it feel like another college rodeo. That was awesome. I can't thank them enough for supporting me in that regard. And then to have success out at Casper as well, that was awesome. I hadn't roped in quite a stage like that where you've got people sitting all around you, and yeah, it's a really sweet place to be a part of.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you mentioned a little bit, there's going to be a new place for the rodeo team to be able to practice and board the horses, the equine and rodeo sports complex. So talk about what that will mean to the program, to UNL, and just kind of for even recruiting purposes moving forward of growing the UNL rodeo program.
Yeah, it's going to mean the world. It's going to be so great to have horses on campus, to not have to haul in. Our team is going to be able to, like I said, feed horses together, and it'll just build so much team camaraderie, even on top of then just giving us a next level in our practice, like a bigger arena. We can work our head horses out more. We can just do so much more with this new complex. I think it's going to send our recruiting through the roof. Right now, UNL is just another place you can rodeo in Nebraska. With this complex, I believe it will be the place to rodeo in Nebraska.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And now kind of selling UNL Rodeo, besides the complex itself when it will be done, why should someone consider coming to UNL to continue their collegiate rodeo career?
Easily the coaching. Wyatt Clark is such a great coach in terms of the way he cares about his athletes. And regard to mental health, their performance in the arena, and just all the way around cares about them as human beings. So not only do you come here to rodeo and get better at what you do in the arena, but you come here for the people that are going to make you a better person out of the arena. And that's what Wyatt Clark embodies.
That's awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you, Jaya, for sitting down with me. It's been fun to chat with you and learn more about the program, and also get excited to gear up for the UNL Rodeo. So if you guys want to see Jaya compete May 2nd and 3rd at the Sandhills Global Event Center, you'll be able to come down and watch her compete in breakaway roping as well as team roping. So thank you for coming today, Jaya.
Yeah, thanks, Brody. Appreciate it.